Yes, we are recording these progressive things, and we do sit and watch, and uh, we do interfere, and we are part of the Talamasca. This is Geeks Assembled! Yay! We're the podcast that does everything under the sun, everything that's geeky, everything that's not geeky, everything that's very sincere, everything that's very insincere, everything that's very illuminating, and everything that's very exacerbating or exasperating. Yes. Anyway, we have uh, we have endeavored to watch this week another of the Anne Rice series. And I'm really liking what AMC is doing with her works. They've picked a lot of stuff out of the lore from Anne Rice's two book series, the Vampire Chronicles and the Mayfair Witches, and they've brought the group that is sort of in instrumental in what in sort of documenting these two great works. Have been instrumental since about the 700s, the 8th century, as it were. We're looking at the Talamasca. What's your opening thoughts, Lee, on the Talamasca, the mini series?
To give it its full title, Talamasca, the Secret Order.
Uh huh.
Uh-huh. Or even to give it its fuller title, Anne Rice's Talamasca, the Secret Order.
God,
Um,
go Lee.
yeah. Well, that's what it
Very,
says. That's what it says on screen, of course.
very.
Um, 6 episodes, not too long. Um, and it's as you say, it's about this what do you call it? Society or whatever are there watching from behind closed doors. They wait, they watch, they see everything. And well, like a lot of things these days, what people believe in, like the Illuminati and things like that. Um, yeah, it was interesting. Mainly based in London and the area there. Um, we have the main character who is a what do you call it? When you can read minds.
A mind
Haythorpe.
reader.
There is a name for it though, isn't there? But he's been trying to dampen.
Telepathy is the stuff.
Yeah, he's for years he's been trying to dampen it by taking the drugs to numb the voices in his head. Um, but this society wants him to work for them to find out certain things from certain people, all coming down to the whereabouts of the 752, which in their history is a book of all knowledge. Um, it was quite interesting, and of course, it involves vampires, um, witches, and he's mentioned werewolves, but we didn't see any. But zombies don't exist apparently, according to a character in this. Yeah, it was interesting. Uh, for me, I could have done with a little bit more gore. There was a gory bit here and a gory bit there, but being an Anne Rice um, story or adapted from her stories, you would expect a little bit more vampiric gore, bit more eroticism as well, because there wasn't much in this. but the story-wise, I like the story, and it made it you know, great for me as well that it was set in jolly old England.
Mhm.
Other Anne Rice stories is like New Orleans, Paris, it's things, places like that. But yeah, this was it felt much more to home. This one for me personally.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, then I'm sure that you're going to like the new season of the Vampire Chronicles, which has Lestat playing Lestat
Rockstar.
becomes a rock star, and apparently a great deal of that is in the UK.
Cool, cool. Yeah. Like I say, I enjoyed it. It's quite. It was. This was more of a thriller than anything else. Um, the sort of subdued the horror and made it more into a thriller suspense drama series with the sort of supernatural element there. Which it's always good to have vampires, as you well know, Susan. Um, yeah, a lot of lies being told from both sections, from the vampire section, from the Talamasca, and said the character Guy in the middle of it all. He's just thrown into this world. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good watch. But and as far as I know, though, there has been no second season announced.
Hmm.
Uh, if they don't go there, it'll be very disappointing.
Right.
As of this moment in time now, December 2025, there's been no announcement of a second season. So, and usually that's worrying because the other Anne Rice projects have been announced when the season's been broadcast. The interview with a
Oh,
vampire it's been announced that the next season will be made while it's the previous season's just been broadcast, and the Mayfair Witches. So it's a bit worrying that this one hasn't been announced. I don't want them
yeah.
to. I don't
Agree.
want them to leave it like that, like they did at the end of episode 6.
Right.
Uh,
Because it was kind of on a cliffhanger in a way.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there was a, there were several loose ends.
Yeah.
Guy's mother,
Right.
um, Jasper's imprisonment and duty
Uh huh.
for the mother
The
house.
quid pro quo.
Yeah. So I need to find out if this is going to carry on.
Right.
So yeah. So back to you, Susan.
Yeah, and the fact that they just added James Cosmo to the very last episode, I
I
really
know.
I just love him. I think that he's great. He's he's one of the faves. Anybody who loves like the those kind of interactions, and I really love that Elizabeth McGovern is in this. She's great in she's really great in so many things. But the thing that was really, uh, everybody knows her from is playing Crowley on Downton Abbey, and so you just have you have this great sense of her, of Helen's Helen's prestige. Oh, and the second episode of this, as they meet as Guy meets a vampire for the first time, and the vampire talks about the prestige,
Mm.
and I was like, no shit, I saw this before, but then I saw that movie, and now I know what the fuck that means, and I didn't even think about it. it wasn't even like a big deal, but now it's a really big deal. It really makes a lot of sense. Anyway, so yeah, that was great, and the vampires were fun. I mean, there was, of course, there was Dr. Jameson, Michael Elwin, and that 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 one vampire was played by Jason Schwartzman, who was actually one of the producers on the thing.
Oh
So
yeah,
that,
he played Burton.
yeah, he was the one who was talking about the Prestige, and and the other really cool one was they brought back Eric Bogosian, and his
Daniel
character Daniel
Moore.
Malloy,
Yeah.
uh, who had been changed. And so you know kind of that this is actually after interview, but before the Vampire Lestat starts. So I mean, like, yeah, um, Daniel is great. And then they had mentioned David Talbot, but they never even showed David Talbot. But the one David Talbot that I liked a lot was the one that was played by Paul McGann in the Brad Pitt Tom Cruise movie. So yeah, David Talbot was one of the Talamasca people that was so important, so very important. And they just mentioned him. He just had a name drop, and I was like, and I thought, well, you could definitely put, you know, get Paul involved anyway. Um, anyway, James Cosmo is director Houseman, and Archie and Osterhaus, which were the two guys who were connected to the London Mother House, and Kevis Papadopoulos, which was a witch that really was very fun, kind of random meeting with our young guy when he first gets there. He's been there for a couple of weeks, and he finds his way to his local pub, and he befriends her, and then he beds her, and then so like that was, and then they end up like she ends up unaliving herself, or what ostensibly it looks like she unalives herself, but actually it's this other Talamasca person who unalives her, and then is unalived himself by a vampire who is fighting for Kevis because she loves Kevis, and that would be Doris. And it turns out that Doris and Helen are twins. Anyway, there's a lot of cool like twists and turns. There are a lot of cool characters. The one played by Jasper, played by William Fitchner, is a really cool character. The other one that the other characters, the Revenants, that's a really cool new addition. Yeah, never unless you're talking about the one that Leonard, excuse me, Leo DiCaprio, Leonardo DiCaprio plays the that revenant, but this is a different kind of revenant. It's a vampiric revenant. Anyway, what did you think of the different lores that they draw down on and stuff? And
Did they bring any different laws?
a little bit.
I'm just thinking. Well, yeah, there was still sunlight was still a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they never mentioned steaks or garlic. That
Mm-mm.
was never mentioned. I don't think they added to any of the vampiric lore though.
The Revenant vampires. That's a new kind.
Is that? Yeah. I mean, I did like that. The one with they say the ancient vampire,
Oh yeah.
where there was just keeping me on the verge
Mm.
just to drain him daily, sell this ancient vampiric blood.
Mm.
Um, but that was one of my favourite scenes is when Jasper could see the man's pain and just with his hand with his nails through his neck, head off. That was
Yeah.
very gory. That was one of the best gory bits for me.
Mm.
Just placed his head on his chest. Um, he ended it because he was in pain, and that's how the way the vampire would do it. Um, and also one of my other favorite things was the this in what would you call it? Investigated, investigating or experimental school,
Oh Jesus.
experimenting on children with finding out if they have powers and you know and I think that did happen. You hear stories way back, back in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, or whatever. You do hear about these sort of weird experiments, what they were doing to people, not just children, people, these governments. So that was a good element twist, So the two sisters, one had power, the other didn't. Um,
The one had the one had memory power, and the
yeah,
other didn't. But they were exactly alike in their supernatural power.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I did like all the twists. I mean, you did feel for Jasper because what the Talamasca had done to his family back way back. You could see his point of view, but he was one evil son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, so you have to weigh it up like that. Well, I still feel your pain, mate, but you are bad. Um, but also the Talamasca is as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was interesting.
But they didn't mention the mother house in New Orleans or anything, so they didn't loop in those characters, and they didn't. And those characters are all the ones that were uh, present where the Mayfair witches were.
Well, I mean, you know what we do know what they're doing with this with the Anne Rice universe. We know what they're doing. They're interweaving all of these stories and characters at some point. Because there we got Daniel Malloy back in this one from
Right.
an interview with the vampire. You have mentions of names, but not the person isn't in the episodes. Um, yeah, you're going to be into it. May happen. I mean, I haven't read the books, so you're more up on it than me.
Well, the books they didn't put it like in the Mayfair witches. They had different named characters than Cyprian.
Mm.
Cyprian was kind of like three characters combined and formed into one. And so that was pretty interesting, though, that they put so much. And the actor was charismatic, so you know he definitely fits three of those boxes, right?
Yeah, I did, and also as well, I did like the way a different way of what Jasper was doing with his experiment with what do you call them?
The Revenant Vampires.
Is that the proper title for them?
Well, that's what it said. Kinda.
Because I know that,
Yeah, I like Checkers in his ilk, right?
yeah, yeah. The way he was doing it, burying them
Uh
and
huh.
then giving them time to change,
Uh huh.
uh, just on the verge of.
So
So,
through just through the bite, they
yeah,
start the transformation.
well,
But but in order to get like a full vampire like transition, they need to uh the one person needs to be drained, the human needs to be drained, and then the vampire needs to open a vein and have the human drink their blood, and then pretty soon after that they die.
mm, there was in
So
this um, some powers what the vampire had, of stopping time.
yeah, that was really interesting.
Now I've never come across that one. I mean, it might be in other books, but I've never come across time stopping, where he can stop time all around him, but still talk to someone else.
Yeah, I don't know, that was pretty interesting.
Maybe that's a new addition to the law. I don't know.
Yeah, that is definitely something new.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a interesting 6-part series. Um, I'd say I hope they carry on with it.
Yeah, me too.
So back to you, Susan.
Yeah, so the things that were liked, I liked how they had Olive as a Olive was basically the one who really protected, I guess, handled and protected Guy for a while, and but she was up to no good as well.
Double agent.
She really was, and she was played by Maisie Richardson-Sellers, and so that was a good. I mean, what a good character that was. And Guy was played by Nicholas Denton, and Doris, like we mentioned, was played by Celine Bouquens, and and Checkers, the Revenant vampire, was played by Will Brown.
Hmm.
And then there was the DC, the detective constable or detective sergeant anyway, Carolyn Ridge, who was played by Briony Hanna. So many good British actors in this, and I've seen Brianna Hannah and other things, a bunch of other things. And William Fichtner has just like been in so many different things also. And Jonathan Harris also has been a lot of stuff. So I enjoyed the really enjoyed the clashes and the characters difficulties. There was one woman who was in the who was who was in this that was working for Dr. Melville, Dr. whatever his name was. Um, and her, she just, anyway, as he starts to reveal what as he starts to reveal what all happened with Helen's sister, she just shot him right in the head,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's his personal secretary, not knowing that she was going to turn out to be one of the brutal people. That was intense, and so she unalived him,
Who can you trust?
and that was just. I mean, like they they uh they really cast this thing well because you could see these characters, trying to be all normal facing and then instantly turning into like their dark and serious selves. And oh my gosh, that was so great. And then I enjoyed the soundtracks. A lot of it was beautiful dance music, and um, there's lots of good music in this. And so, what did you think? What else do you want to mention? What else do you
Well,
want to talk about?
the lead actor, Nicholas Denton, playing Guy, I'd never heard of him before. Apparently, he's Australian.
Oh yeah.
He's a writer mainly,
Oh oh
but he's a stage actor and stuff like that. But really well cast.
yeah
Um, but I think most of the characters were cast really well. There wasn't any annoying characters for me because sometimes I get annoyed by certain character traits by actors, and but no, it was quite. I could even I couldn't even see Schwartzman as a vampire. Uh,
yeah.
um, I just don't know though. How this is what I don't understand. Is this happening from beyond the grave? Because how does Anne Rice still become executive producer?
I don't know. I think that maybe she had established her legacy, that she will need to be executive producer on any. So that's just the way it's going to go.
She may be. She says might be beyond the grave. This
It, and the other possibility is, Lee, that she is not actually
dead,
that kind of dead. She may be a kind of dead, but not that kind.
undead.
That kind, yeah, that's another
Well,
kind.
that could answer a lot of things. The things she's written about. How does she know these things?
Hmm. You just gotta wonder sometimes.
Doesn't it? But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I'm hoping, as I say, it carries on because I like to see how they're going to interweave this universe. Um, between the interview universe, the Mayfair universe, because it's very interesting how they're doing it.
Yeah, I
Yes,
agree.
yeah, it was, and it's well acted, well written, and it deserves a second season.
Yeah, and I would love to see them go back and do the Ramses the Damned also, but that's just me just wishing these things to have happened. But I really do love the I mean, there's so much material in the Vampire Chronicles. There are like 12, 14 books.
Wow.
It's so nice. It's like such a long series. It's got so many different characters telling their story. Like there's Pandora, there's Armand, there's there's the body thief. The body thief is where you get the character of uh, uh, I can't remember his name, but he's a He's a Talamasca guy who can switch bodies with other people.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's
I'm gonna,
he's
I'm gonna have to read some of these, aren't I?
sure.
Never picked up an Anne Rice book, so
But
I'll,
the Tale of the Body Thief has the Talamasca guy who can switch bodies with people, and he steals a body, and then he convinces Lestat to change with him, and so then he runs off Lestat's body.
oh, well, I hope he gets it back.
I hope so too. No, but it's quite a story.
Lestat is what is my favourite.
Lestat's the Brat Prince. Of course, he's your favorite. Mr. Sexy Pants over there. That's what he's like. Yeah,
Uh,
he'd make a really good rock star too.
well, we'll see.
And the fact that this one starred Fitchner, and one of my favorite things that he's in Armageddon,
Mm-hmm.
and he's also in Black Hawk Down. So I mean, he does these like super amazing action stories, but this one's really sort of he plays a more cerebral character in
Yeah,
this Jasper.
I mean, he was bad, but he was it was a subtle badness with him.
Yeah, I mean he was really after uh he was after the stuff that the Talamasca was doing. He was also after the stuff after Guy eventually because he liked that kind of mindset or the mind reading anyway, like all of that. And then there
And,
was
I did like the twist near the end.
uh,
I'm not going to say anything. What I will say is the 752 twist. I thought
uh-huh.
that was good.
That was an
I,
amazing
w-
twist.
I won't say anything if anybody's watching this who hasn't watched it yet because it's a fairly recent series. This, so I won't spoil it.
Right. But that was a really cool twist too. I
Yep.
did not see that coming.
No.
But yeah,
Never
I
did.
mean
But all the,
watch you do a
all,
rewatch and you start to see what they're
all the
getting
clues were
at.
there. Yeah, all the clues were there.
Oh my gosh, so good.
But yeah, enjoyed it. That was a great suggestion because I'd never heard of it before.
Well, I am an Anne Rice aficionado. I love I literally read everything that the woman wrote while she was alive. While she was alive. That's my headcanon.
Well,
Is she's not
if
actually dead. She is
if
executive producing from some sort of castle in Romania.
if she publishes a new novel, then we know there's something going on. I might to see it. I'll have to see if how many books did she write?
Um, maybe 30.
Oh bloody hell! There won't be a complete collection then, will there?
I don't know that there is.
Unless it's in different volumes.
Yeah, I think that they've separated it out into the Jesus group, the angel group, there's 3 books or 4 books in the Mummy series, and there's like
I'm just looking at the list of books she did now. Oh, Interview Vampire, Vampire Lestat, Queen of the Damned, Tale of the Body Thief,
uh-huh,
Men Knock the Devil,
uh-huh.
The Vampire Armand, Merrick, Blood and Gold, Blackwood Farm, Blood Canticle, Prince Lestat and the Realms of Atlantis, Blood Communion, New Tales of the Vampires, Pandora, Vittoria, Lives of the Mayfair Witches, The Witching Hour, Lasher and Talatos. Oh, here we are. The Mummy. Oh, Ramesses the Damned, Ramesses the Damned, Ramesses the Damned, Reign of Osiris. Oh, bloody hell, there's loads, isn't there?
Oh,
Christ the Lord out of Egypt, Christ the Lord, the road to Cana, Song of the Seraphim, Angels, the Wolf Gift Chronicles.
the Wolf Gift. That's right. That's right. I never watched. I never read. Excuse me. I never read any of those.
There's only two of those.
Oh, okay. But I've never read them. I just.
Oh, right.
I didn't. I keep forgetting that she wrote those too.
Sleeping Beauty Quartet.
Oh, those are straight up porn. Those are
She
those
wrote
are
that.
S&M porn mooks.
Yeah, they're. She wrote that under a pseudonym.
Anne Rampling or Anne Roquelier.
Anne Roquelier.
Yeah.
There's standalone. What are these? Feast of All Saints, Crat Heaven, Seventh of the Bones, Violin. Erotica under the pseudonym of Anne Rampling. Gee, she was busy, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I'll be interested into reading the.
I did read all the erotic and all the S and M stuff like that. That was incredibly
Kinky.
incredibly kinky. Yeah.
Well, I might try and start on the vampire stuff first.
Okay.
We'll give it a go at some point.
Yeah.
Uh, Back to you, Susan.
Anyway, yeah, I was very much aware of her, of what she was, how much sensuality she brings to everything. She just brings the sensuality to the story, to the screen, to the stage, for the plays within the stories within the books. Just amazing.
Yeah, but she has brought to the vampire lore the sexy vampire.
Very sexy vampires. Yes.
Before that, you had Bela Lugosi, you had Christopher Lee.
And one sexy vampire in 1979 who was Frank Lynch. Yeah. Yeah. But she did,
She
and William Fichtner is a kind of a sexy vampire, and Jason Schwartzman is kind of a sexy vampire, and so yeah, these just carrying on, adding more and more characters to these great stories of these fabulous supernatural things that are going on. It's just great fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And so, do you have anything final to say and a rating to give?
Well, I will fully recommend this to whoever watches this video to watch this series. It's on Netflix. So I found it so easy, it's Netflix. I watched 3 episodes one night and the last three another night. Really easy. They're only about 45 minutes long. Yeah, great story. It draws you in. Just wish it had a little bit more gore, but hopefully season 2 a bit more gory, a bit more sexy. Who knows? Yeah. So my score, I'm going to give this a 7.52 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10.
No, the 7.52 out of 10.
The 7.52 out of 10. Okay, I think that I guess. Okay, I myself am going to give this.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
I get it now. I was just making sure that you weren't going
Insane.
to deduct this thing a lot.
No.
For the lack of gore. Anyway,
Or naked
really,
bodies.
I really love this. I I thought that the characters were great. The story was intriguing. I think that anytime Elizabeth McGovern was on screen, she was like stealing it.
Mm-hmm.
She had her smile and her side eye was uh, criminal offensive side eye. She was just so intense, and I will give this 10 X's on the phone booth, the red phone booth, very British thing. The red phone booth out of 10, right by the porn shop that our guy worked at. I mean, there it was sexy, sexy.
Yeah, but you didn't see much, did you?
And I like, I really enjoyed the creative process of this, and so um, thanks for watching our podcast. Please do join us on social media. You can let us know if you've read all the Anne Rice books too. If you're an Anne Rice fan, an Anne Rambling fan, an Anne Roquelaire fan. Let's see who else. What all of the side stories. What your favorite genre of her stuff is, and um, if you've seen Talamasca, you know, tell them I'm still. I would gladly work for them if they were to hire me. Just tell them if you run into them, because I know that they're always watching and they're always there.
Yeah.
So yeah, and since our unit friends are really busy, I could work for Kate Lethbridge Stewart, but I'd rather work for Talamasca, because then I'll run into sexy vampires. Anyhow,
Anywho,
uh, thanks for watching, and join us again in our in our YouTube watch. We're reviewing Spinal Tap 2 this week, and then also hit the subscribe button, because we know that even though you're watching this, you may not have subscribed to us. So subscribe to our channel, and then on the off chance that you'd like to see what we do every day, or the new stuff, is just a bell notification. And yeah, thanks for joining us.